You can multitask. How wonderful. You can tweet. You Twitter and tweet. You email and text. Your life is abuzz with electrical communication. I know older people always think the past was better, but really, instead of a text with all these lowercase letters and no punctuation, how about a nicely crafted letter sent through the post office? Or a thank you note. We used to lick postage stamps back then. Obviously, you've never heard of that. They didn't just come ready-made, you know, with the sticky stuff already on the back. You had to trigger the sticky stuff with your wet tongue. It took time. If you had many letters to send, you could be licking postage stamps for 10 minutes or so. We used typewriters back then, and whiteout for corrections, and carbon paper for copies. We had telephones, and we had to dial the number, putting our finger in this round hole representing 2 to 0. If the number was 909-9999, it could take hours just to dial the number. We had to have patience then. And we used to lick postage stamps. It wasn't pleasant, but it had to be done. We didn't multitask. Doing one thing at a time seemed appropriate. But I guess you can sort of send a message and sort of listen to a play and sort of play a video game all at once. How must be wonderful. I know I sound like a crank, but I don't like change. My play is about scary change in the weather, but there have been other changes, too, that have happened. There are 785 television channels. You can watch the news report that matches what you already think. But in the 50s, there were 3 or 4 channels, and everything was in black and white. There were no child stars that became drug addicts like Lindsay Lohan. I mean, Hayley Mills was in the original Parent Trap, and she grew up to be a sensible, nice woman. There was no South Park. We saw Howdy Doody starring a puppet. And there was Kukla, Fran, and Ollie starring 2 more puppets and a sweet lady named Fran. We watched puppets back then.